Welcome back, everybody. We're back here playing Satisfactory. I'm here with Captain Ahab, and this is a tutorial. So she's going to be showing me the phase 2, which is going to be down and rebuilding um, to, I guess, make it a little bit more streamlined, or a lot more streamlined, and we're going to be doing these periodically here so we can show you how to do all the things in Satisfactory that you can do. Like I said in the last stream with Captain Ahab playing this game, she knows what she's doing, and I listen to her emphatically when it comes to this game because she is, from all the streams and all the videos that I've watched, she knows what she's doing better than most people.
Okay, are you done now?
Yes, sorry that whatever, I'm sorry that you're annoyed.
I'm not annoyed, you just hype me up way too much. I'm not the best player there is.
I never said you were the best player, but you're probably the best player that I've seen playing this game. I've watched you play this game for probably 100 hours, which is probably as much or more than most streamers or video makers have played this game. I know you haven't made videos and stuff, but I've seen you play this game more than most games, and I've seen your designs and I know what you can do, and I'm gonna hype you because you are one of the best players that I've ever seen play this game. I mean, right now you can go online and you can watch a bunch of streamers play this game, but none of them, and I repeat this, none of them have come close to what you can do. Um, they may sound good and they may have a sound, they may sound like they know what they're doing, but you actually do the math, you do the things that need to be done in this game, and I would rather learn from you than any of them.
Okay, well, let's start tearing down.
Okay, listen to that positivity.
Alright, the first thing we're going to want to do is automate our concrete mine because we're going to be using lots of concrete for building foundations. So, follow me over to the limestone and we'll put a miner on there and get that set up before anything else. You see this deposit that's sticking up out of here? We have to get rid of that before we can put a miner on here. And now we're going to put a Mark 1 miner on this. If you look down at the deposit, you can see it's an impure deposit. Impure deposits will produce 30 limestone a minute.
Okay. Cool.
So if you want to go ahead and put a miner on it and face it coming out this way.
Because you can see there, I'm missing portable miner, iron rods, concrete. I can't afford it.
I just put all the stuff right here in front of me. So if you want to pick it up, you'll be able to build. Do you mind if I pick it up and turn it around so the output's facing out this way?
Oh, but how do you pick it up?
F to deconstruct it.
So I have to deconstruct it and rebuild it then, right?
Yep.
Materials?
No, you get all your materials back. You rotate it using your middle mouse wheel.
Okay.
Perfect. Now the limestone goes into a constructor to make concrete. So we're going to put a constructor right over here. We can put two, but we're not going to have enough to handle two fully. Each constructor uses 45 limestone. I'll have to check when we put them down. I'm going to put down a few foundations first because I like having a nice flat surface to build on.
Understood. No problem. Like I said, I've seen you build, so I know that you know what you're doing and you're good at it.
I need that concrete back that I gave you though. Oh, so you can add stuff to your hotbar when you go into your build menu, the Q menu. Just hover over the item and press one of the numbers that correspond to your hotbar.
Okay, cool. Good to know. I was wondering how to do that. This is gonna need power, correct? So, did you want me to do anything?
Yeah, but we should wait to run power till we get everything set.
Okay, no problem.
I gotta make a little more concrete real quick.
Just to let everybody know, I hype up Captain Ahab because, to be honest, she's my wife, and I watch her more than anybody else playing video games and gaming in general. So if it sounds like I'm biased towards her, it's because I am, and um, I just feel that she is a good player at this game. She has taught other people how to play this game, and she's done a very good job on it. And I hype her up because she deserves the hype. She may not think she deserves the hype, but she does. So I just want everybody to know that that's the reason why I'm a little bit biased towards Captain Ahab. She's my wife. I love her, and well, she's probably the best video game player I've ever seen, and that's just how I feel. So I just want everybody to know that that's the reason why I hype her.
Alright, this is a pretty decent platform for us to start with. So, I'll place a constructor next, which you'll see how, I mean, you know how to build everything you would in the queue menu and select the item you want to.
Queue menu, you select the item that you want to build, and then you place it where you want to place it, and then you can build the belts that go to the extractor that goes to whatever you're building now.
Right. And when you're putting a machine down, the orange is the input, the green is the output.
Wondering that. Thank you for explaining. I appreciate it, and so does everybody else.
Go into this constructor, put the concrete recipe to configure it. Tell me how much limestone input it.
There's 3 limestone.
Okay, I need the input per minute.
15 per minute.
That's your output.
45 per minute. That's I need 3 limestone is 45 per minute.
Okay, so we won't be able to put 2 constructors on this limestone node just yet, because it's only producing 30 per minute. If you come over here to the miner and click on it, it shows you how much per minute it's going to output.
All right, everybody see that? It says limestone 30 per minute.
So now if you want, you can run a belt from the miner to the constructor. Okay, and then we want to put a storage container to catch the concrete that's coming out so that it doesn't back up the machine. And for this, you want to put the input for the storage container on the back, so then you can just loop. I'll show you in a minute here. Let me place it. There you go. That's exactly what I was talking about. So it can come out the back here of the constructor and go right into the storage container.
Okay.
And I can show you another little nifty trick here that you can do with these storage containers. On the output, if you drag a very short section of belt out, your items that'll in there will come out on the belt. Give me just a minute here and I'll show.
Right here?
They won't stack, they'll stay in the storage container, but it's an easy way. If you have a bunch of storage containers, this is an easy way that you can like run by and at a glance tell what's in them. Because like an item will come out to the edge of the belt here.
There's no
So
labels that
when
are actually on the storage containers. You just have to remember or put the belt on there so you know what's coming out.
Right, you don't have to do the belt, but I do that because I like being able to see rather than having to open each container and see what's in it.
Understood. It's a good philosophy to do, and that way you know what you're getting instead of having to remember or having to look inside or actually having to go up to it and look and actually go into it.
Right. So now we have the concrete production set up. Now we want to set up our 3 miners on these 3 iron nodes. And I'm going to put foundations down because you can set these miners on top of foundations. And it looks nicer. But we need lots of concrete for that.
Then shouldn't we hook up power to the concrete so we have the concrete to build the platforms?
Yes, we absolutely should. Thank you. Alright, we're powered up.
Nice.
since we're gonna need a lot of concrete, I think we should put another miner. There's another limestone node over behind where our hub is, so I think we should probably put another miner over there because these are both impure nodes. Okay, now you want to put a constructor down for this. I'm not bothering with foundations just yet. We can always like remove it and put foundations down later. We just don't have enough concrete right now. I do that all the time. If you're standing in the middle of where the boat will go, you'll get stuck in. And while you're hooking up those belts, I'll run some power. Want me to show you a little trick to doing that?
Sure. I just need material though.
Oh, you're just short material? These get a little wonky sometimes, so it usually works better if you put a pole out here first, a conveyor pole, and then run it out.
Didn't know you could put a conveyor pole. Okay.
Yeah, so now when you come by this one, you know that's your concrete storage container. Oh, sorry, that's That's my fault. I must have accidentally torn down the equipment workshop. You only need to make 2 portable miners. I'm gonna go grab one from the copper mine because we have 2 up there.
So we placed our miners where we need to have them.
Yeah, I'm gonna build like 2 more biomass burners just to make sure we have enough power production to handle. I put a miner up on the copper node and I have the belt coming down the ground level here.
Okay.
After we get enough generators built so we're producing enough power, we'll go and start attaching smelters and constructors to each of them.
Alright. As everybody can see here, we've got our limestone over there, limestone over there. We've got our, I guess these are metal miners or metal, whatever they are, iron miners or here.
Yeah, the iron ones are the 3 right in front of our hub here, and then there's a copper mine up on top of that bridge up there, over past the limestone.
Guys, folks, I don't know what the terminology is, so when I try and explain these things, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm truly a novice and an idiot when it comes to terminology in this game. So please forgive me if I say the wrong thing or call it the wrong thing. Not that I'm trying to be an idiot, I just am an idiot.
You're not an idiot. You want to run around and grab some leaves and stuff? Because we're going to need to make biomass to keep those generators powered. Alright, we should have gotten enough by now, so craft all the wood and leaves you got into biomass.
see, Captain is laying down power lines to power our extractors.
I am not connecting them yet. I was just laying them so I'd have enough power lines to support everything.
Like I said, she is laying down power lines so we can power our extractors. She has not connected them yet, like she said.
Okay, I'm gonna go grab a little bit more leaves and stuff because we need a little more biomass to fill up the last. Power is the suckiest thing in this game, early game, until you can get to coal power, because there's no way to automate it. You have to run out and grab all these leaves and wood and crap, and it's
Well, it is a grind for the first several phases, but it happens, and you gotta do what you gotta do.
exactly. Once we get to coal, we'll be set as far as power goes. We won't have to worry about doing all this micromanagement of our power. Okay, so now if you look on these miners, each one produces 60 ore per minute.
Here I'm in biomass. Now explain that again.
Look in this miner here, or any of the miners, and you'll see that these are producing 60 ore per minute.
Okay.
Smelters ore per minute. So in order to fully maximize each mine, we'll need 2 smelters on a mine. So we want to be able to split the line coming out of here. So I'm going to place a splitter. And you want to make sure when you're placing a splitter, your output line or your input line is matching the output of where you're splitting off of. And then you can split it out in 3 different directions if you want. We're only going to be doing 2.
I see and understanding, I guess.
Yeah, so basically what's going to happen is your iron ore is going to come out of this machine into the splitter here, which I'm going to place the belt right now. And then what we're going to do is put a smelter on each side of these, or not on each side, but on the 2 sides, left and right, of this splitter, so that we can split the ore off into 2 smelters.
Okay. They should be able to just snap together.
They can't snap together, but if you press and hold control, you'll see a green line that shows you when it's lined up. But you want to leave enough space to run a belt between them.
I see the green line.
Yeah, so you just place it when it's lined up like I just did there. So now I'm going to do one on the other side of the splitter here. As soon as I can get more iron rod. Thank you.
No problem. Anything I can do to help. I'm just observing and letting people watch.
I had the green line, but it's not lined up for some reason. So alright, I hope you don't mind, but I'm going to have to tear down the hub and these biomass generators and move them because they're a little too close to where we're going to be doing our production stuff here.
No problem. Let me get out of the way.
gonna go grab some concrete too, so I can put some foundations down under the hut.
Alright, I'm just gonna go and try and find a high space so I can let everybody see what you're doing. So what Captain's doing is she has torn down our main hub and she has moved it from the center of our little area here over to a more secluded location so we have more room for our production lines that are going to be going out here in our main, where our hub used to be. So she moved our hub from there over to here. She's also moved our biomass generators from where they were over to our little platform here where our hub is now. So we have more room, like we said, or like I said, to put our production area over here, that all of our little extractors and storage facilities are basically anchoring where our production center is going to be.
Thank you for explaining that. Sometimes I get really involved in building.
No problem. I just want to make sure that anybody who watches our VODs or the video that's going to be on YouTube, um, as long as I just want everybody to know what's going on. I know a lot of times we stay silent when we play because, like Captain said, we get, tunnel vision and we build and we do everything that we need to do as we actually play the game as opposed to explaining the game.
Alright, I'm getting ready to power up the miners right now.
Didn't you want to build like storage containers and splitters on the other ones?
Yeah, I'm only powering up the miners. I haven't finished putting down smelters or constructors or storage containers. I just want to see how our power grid is handling this. Okay, so off of this first smelter that's over here in front of me, we're gonna put a couple of constructors. I'll let you know how many as soon as I look and see what we need. Okay, so this first iron mine here, we'll use that for making our iron plate.
Okay, so our first, what's it called again? Extractor or smelter or something?
Our first iron miner, the entire mine, we're gonna use to make iron plates. Iron plates, the constructor takes per minute, which we have 2 smelters, each making 30 ingots per minute. So we can attach 1 constructor to each of these smelters, and we'll be making 30 iron.
You want to turn that a little bit so we can have the smelter that is the 2 smelters are going to have um, the belts that come off of those, aren't they going to come into these? Since this is one mine, they're going to come around and they're going to, when you want to turn that, so we can have everything configured correctly. Is that an angle? So it's at an angle instead of straight like you have it, because we're going to have belts coming from both those smelters, correct?
Yeah, smelter is going to go into 1 constructor. The other smelter, the belt's going to go into its own constructor. I'm not sure what you're saying.
I don't know what I'm saying either, because I'm not the one. I don't know what you're doing, why it's directed this way, why Because the other side there's openings that are coming out of those. And aren't they going to have belts that come out? The belt that's back here that's going to be coming out of here, isn't it going to come around and go to that thing?
I'm gonna move this smelter because we set it up like this because our hub was in the way. That's why I moved our hub so I can move all these.
Okay. I just wanted to know that's what you were going to be doing. I just wanted to explain, why that was still there, whether or not it was going to be moved. I wanted to, so everybody knows if they watch these videos what exactly they're doing, why we're doing it.
Yeah, so as you can see, I replaced that smelter and the constructor, and now I'll run the belts to and from them after I put a storage container down.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna have. So we really essentially didn't need the splitter, right? Or did we?
Oh, we still need the splitter, yeah, because that line is producing 60 and we need 30 going to.
Okay.
I'm replacing the mine and the splitter just to pretty it up a little bit, just so you know.
Sounds good.
Barrel nuts can be added to the Object Scanner catalog after unlocking the new blueprint in Hub Tier 1.
Alright, now I'm going to connect the belts for all of these. As soon as I make more iron plates. Which, by the way, I won't have to make once we get this automation set up.
Like we said, like you said before, it's a grind until you get all the automated and automation set up.
And of course, this is not a perfectly ideal setup, but it will do until we get upgraded machines and upgraded belts, and it's a process. We'll end up probably tearing down some of it and not completely rebuilding, but overhauling and optimizing the line a few times.
I mean, this is basically showing everybody phase 2 of the process. First, you do your grind and you get your basic setup, and then you move on to phase 2 where you set up your automation, and then there's phase 3, which will be tearing down more stuff and optimizing everything and optimizing your production and building bigger and so on and so forth, correct?
Yeah, and I gotta move these storage containers because I placed them backwards.
Basically, it's like one big, huge game of Tetris, but you've got other things involved like mining and integrating your belts and all your other kind of stuff that you need to produce in a normal factory. And it's, like I said, it's like a big game of Tetris where you place things and make it look pretty and make sure you get everything situated the way you want it, so it's all symmetrical and optimized to do the best production you can. That's what you want out of the game, correct?
Pretty much. First iron line is automated. We are making ingots, which are then going into 2 constructors making iron plates, which are then being stored in the 2 storage containers on each end.
And pretty much what we're going to do from this point is, for phase 2, we're going to repeat this process for all of our miners. That includes our concrete miners over there, our other concrete mine on the opposite side there, and our other 2 iron mines. We're gonna build those, and once we build those, then we'll move on to phase 3. So you've seen the process of what has to happen from phase 1 to phase 2, and this is pretty much, in a nutshell, what you're going to need to do if you play this game. Like we said, phase 1 is going to be getting all your basic setup and learning how to mine. Phase 2 is going to be getting your automation set up and getting your production of your items that you're going to need to build bigger and better things. As you move forward in the game, you upgrade your material. You don't really upgrade your materials. You still get the same materials, but you're going to upgrade to better kind of materials. Like we said, it's going to go from phase 2 to phase 3 to phase 4, and the further along you go in the game, the bigger your factory gets. But at this point, this is our second phase of the process, and we wanted to show you how to do this. So this is what we did for phase 1 or phase 2. We're going to repeat the process. We're not going to show you that on stream. We're going to do that in the background. So when we come on next time, you're going to see everything build up bigger and basically like this is set up here. We're going to do that for the other ones.
Right. The other 2 iron mines. The second one we're going to automate to make rods. The third one we're going to automate to make screws. We already have our limestone mines automated making concrete. So off camera, we'll automate the other 2 iron mines to make rods and screws, and we'll also automate the copper line to be making our cable and wire. Just repeating the setup, making different product.
Exactly. That's like we said. This is phase 2. Phase 3 is going to be, again, tearing things down and rebuilding and making things better and more streamlined out in the open area there as our factory gets bigger. So, having said all that, this was phase 2. When we come back, you'll see phase 3. And as we continue to build, we will instruct and show you exactly the process that we're doing and try and explain it to you the best we can. So for now, thank you all for watching. We're going to go watch the WrestleMania pre-show, and then we're going to watch WrestleMania. We want to thank you all for watching. We hope you have a great day. This concludes our broadcast day. Click.
Bye.